here to shoot a upper body only workout. So this is going to actually be, I shouldn't say upper body, it's just a workout that you can do not on your feet. So we're going to run through a series of 4 different exercises. We're going to go through it 5 times. I encourage you to stick with me. This is all going to take place in less than 20 minutes. I'm going to stick to it. So here we go. See if I can remember what the 4 exercises are that I have in my mind. All right, so we're sitting down. You guys are just going to give me some hugs like this. Just moving, just to get your body warmed up. And you're going to give me some arm circles. For this, we're going to go forwards first. You guys are going to need a dumbbell. So make sure you got that dumbbell by you. And let's go backwards. Excellent. Let's see. Then, from this position, I want you guys to roll. We're going to go from top down. So you're just going to start with your head. You're just going to roll forward as much as you can. And then go as low as you can. Trying to create as much curve in your back as you can. So just make that curve and then stack it back up. So you can do this in a seated position. It's kind of, in a tabletop we do cat and cows, which we will do, but I want you to try to do that seated. So I'm just going to roll down. You can just get some good stretches in here. There's no right or wrong way to do this. And just push back in, stack your spine, and sit up. Okay, come on down into a tabletop now. And do that same thing. I don't think I actually need this. So, cat and cow, it's not exactly the same thing, but you can drop your belly down and look up, get that length in your chest. And then arch your spine. Back and forth a few times. And then you're going to come into a plank on your knees. So find that plank. What I see people do a lot with this is they kind of stay like this. They're trying to protect. But I really need, when you're in this plank, to extend your hips. So you're in this position. If I were on my toes, I'm here, right? I'm not here, but I'm right there. I'm in that same position. So keep holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you can just take a break. Next, we're going to get back into that plank position. You're going to give me 10 straight arm push-ups. So if you think about, you're going to reach forward, reach backwards, reach forward, reach backward, okay? Here we go. Find that beautiful plank. Give me 10 of these. Good. Grab your dumbbell. Let's start. So I'm going to start in a tabletop. We're going to do some rows. Standing up, we do bent rows, but we're staying off the feet totally. So I'm just in a tabletop. I'm going to maintain a neutral spine, so no curving, no excessive extension, and I just want you to lift. Nothing is changing in here, okay? So give me between 8 and 12 dumbbell rows. Nice neutral spine. You're going to feel it, kind of want to do things. You might want to twist and do some funny things. Don't do it. Just use that core, keep it stable. And then other side. We're just rowing. Somewhere between 8 and 12. I'm not going to count. I'm going to let you decide. If you've got a heavier dumbbell, you're going to be at 8, maybe even 5. If you've got a lighter dumbbell, get me 12, maybe even 15. Okay? Good. I'm going to flip over now. Next couple exercises will be on the back. First one is actually a core exercise. So you're going to put your hands under your lower back to stabilize. We're going to do leg drops, I guess we could call it. So you're going to lower your legs down. Now when I see people do this, people want to go all the way down here. What happens when I do that is you see my lower back just pop up off the ground. Not good. So I'm going to go as low as I can, but nothing changes in my back. So if you notice, I'm not going to go too low in this. You're going to give me somewhere between 10 and 15. I don't care if this is all movement you give me, okay? But you're doing 10 to 15 as low as you can go. You see how I start shaking a lot when I go lower. But maintain that posture. If you feel anything in your back, don't go that low. Maybe you shouldn't go so low. Maybe it's just to here. Also fine. I'm going to give you 5 more. Hopefully you've got your 15 done. Or maybe it was just 10. That's okay too. And then you're going to grab your dumbbell again. Next one is a lat pullover. So I'm going to grab this dumbbell. Look at where my hand is. I'm not holding it like this. I'm going to grab my hand, cup it underneath, cup the other one underneath. Feet are bent. If you need to have them straight, that's fine too. And I'm just going to come down till that weight touches the ground and pull it back over my head. If you want to add weight, make it heavier, that's fine. If you can, you'll kind of know where you can't really make it any heavier when this gets hard. Somewhere between, we'll go 8 to 12 is a good rep range of this. You're working that back, working the triceps, keep your arms straight, and then keep your ribs down to your belly. They're going to want to kind of feel like they go like this and come up. Don't do it. Keep those ribs down to the belly. I'm going to do 5 more. Excellent. And then we're going to flip over. We got one more exercise here, which we've actually done before in some of these, but that is the leg lift. So I'm going to start in a tabletop. I'm going to lift one leg up. I'm just going to kick the ceiling. As I do this, I want to kind of go like this when I'm arching my back and doing all kinds of things. Don't let this figure change at all. So nothing moves except for that leg. Your core is so tight, somewhere between 8 and 12 on each side. I'm barely even moving it. You see how small that is because I can't do anymore without moving everything else. So everything's stable. This is a glute exercise. And there's 10. All right, round 1 done. We got this. We got 4 more. All right, so we start with our rows. Tabletop, row. Remember, nothing moves. Step for that arm. Number 2, we lay down. We've got our leg drops. Here we go, hands under the hips. Legs are straight. Doesn't matter how low you go. I just want no discomfort in your back. I actually want no movement in your back either, because that shouldn't move as you do this. Make sure the front side is staying super tight so the back side doesn't move. I lost count. I think that was it. Okay, we'll call that it. Lat pullovers, grab your weight. Arms are straight. Remember to cup that weight with your hands so you can hold it well. Somewhere between 8 and 12. Don't let your ribs flare up so this core is super tight. Sometimes when I work with people and they start doing this, they actually feel this in their abs for the first, 4 to 8 weeks of doing this exercise. They actually say they feel this in their abs on the front side more than in the lats on the back. Nothing wrong with that. It just means that was the weaker spot. Needs to be strengthened. All right, I'm going to flip over. And we have our tabletop. What do we call these? Glute reaches? We'll go with that. Remember, as you lift that leg up, don't let your back dump. Just keep a neutral spine, little kicks. 8 to 12, 10 to 15 we'll say of these. Really both sides of your glutes have to stabilize here. So if my right knee is on the ground, my right glute has to also stabilize my core so that my back's not going to arch. Whew. All right. And that was round 2. Here we go. Perfect time. Let's get round 3. Make sure we're all together. Realize I don't like to rush things, so I want to give you guys a short break, but also if you were taking longer, doing more reps than I was, then we stick together. All right, now let's go. Round 3. Nice tabletop rows. Nothing moves except that weight. Switch sides. Flip over. Ten to 15 leg drops. Get to your number, however many you're doing. Quality over speed, quality over quantity. Your lat pullovers are next. Keep that core tucked in, don't let the ribs flare. Keep your elbows straight. Make sure they're straight. Over for those glute raises. Kick that leg up, keep the core tight. Somewhere in the 10 to 15 range. Both sides. We got 2 more rounds. Short break. Make sure we're together. Let's do it. All right, back to our rows. Set. Set your core and lift. Flip over once you're done. Leg drops. Keep the core tight. Whew. Oh, that's nice. And what's next? Oh, pullovers. Grab that dumbbell. Remember to kind of cup it with your hands. Keep your core tight. Think about keeping the ribs down to your belly. Contract. Keep your arms straight. Touch the floor. I know I was getting a little lazy there, not going all the way down to the ground. Just gently kiss the floor with that weight and come back up. Stick with me, guys. We got 5 minutes left. I promise we will be done in under 20, which means you're gonna get through all these rounds with me. I'm pretty sure I just did extra reps because I started talking. All right, and then flip over. And last exercise of the 4th round are our, we'll call these, what do we call these? Leg kicks, glute reaches. Keep your tabletop. Okay, last round, shall we? Leave time for one cool down exercise. Here we go, find your tabletop, set your core, we lift. Kind of feeling it, a little bit everywhere, it's kind of nice. This kind of stuff is great for just building strength. A lot of times people just, they just want to go and work, which is fun and fine, do hard work, but just slowing it down. I purposely chose a lightweight for this, because I was a little tired. It's heavy, so just do the work, kind of no matter where you think you're at. This stuff is super good for your body. Leg drops. There's Pike. Yes, Pike. We'll say hi. Just I know. Pike. 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 Someone must have walked by. He's very excited. Leg drops are one of my favorite. Just don't let there be any tension in your back. So if you feel that, don't go so low. All right, last set of these pullovers. This is actually one of my favorite exercises. You'll notice I say that about a lot of things though. These just feel good. When I found these, when I discovered these some years ago, oh, the feeling, I felt it in my core more than anything, and it really exposed to me that there was some weakness there. So I use these to kind of help that. Done the same with a lot of my clients. It's been very, very fun to discover the core and the power of it. And again, I started talking, so I lost count. I think that's at least 12, perhaps 15. Let's get our last set of our glute kicks, tabletop kicks. Somewhere between 10 and 15 to keep that tabletop tight. Nice. Awesome. Have a seat, you guys, when you're done. Cross a leg over like this, if you can. If you can't, you can also, you can grab behind and hold. Takes a little more coordination and balance to hold, but if you can't put the foot on the ground, you can just kind of lift it up and hold it and still be in this stretch. So I have this figure 4, and I can just grab behind this leg, lift and hold, and you'll get a good stretch. Switch up. Again, without the foot on the ground, it takes a little bit of core stability. But that's what we're working on, so not a bad thing, right? Whew. And if you want to do a sleeper stretcher, I believe that's what it's called, you just kind of bring your hands back. Stretch out the shoulders a little bit. Awesome work. Thank you for joining me. Questions or comments, reach out, and We'll do it again soon. Take care.